I'm so excited. Here we are.
You are not.
I am. I'm really excited. We should all be excited because the 2011 Going Coastal Tour is in St. Paul. That means
In the snow.
It's officially summer. I call it.
Whether there's snow on the ground or not, it's still summer.
It's still summer.
White sandy beaches or white snow, it's all the same, right?
If you say so.
Yeah, whatever you say. No, I got to ask you, Kenny, why has it been like 5 years since you've been here? It's me, isn't it? It is. What did I do? I had to insult you or something.
No, you're crazy.
No, why haven't you come back?
I don't know.
What's wrong with us?
I didn't realize that it had been that long, but I guess it has. Because I was actually doing an interview with a newspaper here in town, and they told me it had been 4 years, I think, since we've played this city in the Excel Energy Center, and I couldn't believe it, but I guess that's true, but
Yeah.
it just happened that way. I guess it was just such a every year thing for a while.
Yep.
That I took a little break from it, and then the year that I thought that I would come back and play, we ended up taking the year off. So now here we are, back again, and so this is one of the places that we definitely wanted to play. But it does seem odd to not have played here for 4 years, because even when I first got started, we would play here. Whether it was the fair, I played the fair several times.
I know.
And I even played the B stage fair one year.
Yeah, you did.
The free stage.
The free stage.
I think I did that thing twice, 2 years.
Twice a day.
Yeah, no
Twice a
good.
day.
So they owe you something on a stick then, right?
No, yeah. So that's how long we've been coming here, and so and I think the time that I graduated to the big stage at the fair, I opened for Alabama. I think that's who. And then and then after that we started playing other places, So, but I've been coming here a lot, so it did seem odd not to have been here for 4 years.
Well, also Nick is from here,
That's right. Nick Hoffman, my guitar player and fiddle player, and he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we go way back. So this is a homecoming for him too.
Yeah, and it's amazing. And now we know you took the year off, but now listening to you sit there and reminisce about different shows and stuff like that, I'm actually kind of surprised with the many shows that you've done, how you do actually recall a bunch.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I remember just about every place that I've played. If somebody brings it up, yeah, okay, I remember that. And, it's funny because some people will go, well, have you ever played? And I kind of stop them in mid-sentence, go, yes, twice. No matter where it is.
It's all a blur, isn't it?
No matter where it is. I mean, I'm sure we've not only played there once, but like the free stage. Well, I know I played that thing twice, and so it was a great experience, though. I wouldn't trade the way that my life out here on the road and my career has happened for anything.
Well, looking at this bus, I don't blame you.
Yeah, this is a little nicer bus than
Yeah.
that I've had in the past.
Even the window treatments are nice.
It's a little cleaner, for so many years. I mean, almost my first 8 years on the road, I was in the same bus with a band and a crew, and for the first 2 or 3 years, we had 14 people in a 12-bunk bus, and we would all take turns. I swear to God, we would all take turns. Okay, who's going to sleep on the couch? Who was going to sleep here? And
Who's
so we'd
going to
have
sleep with Jimmy tonight?
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's a good cuddler, though.
Yeah. So it was like that's how our life was for a long time, and I didn't want to say, okay, well, this is my bunk, and you guys are going to have to, just deal with it. Like, I would actually sleep on the couch sometimes, and I would actually, because I wanted them to know that we were all together, so that we were a team, and so that's the way it was out there for us for a long time. And it was an old black Prevost bus, and I actually enjoyed sleeping on the couch because in the bunks it leaked diesel fumes through the air vents. So that's why we called it. That's why we called it the Iron Lung. That was the name of of the bus. Yeah. Because we like what is it that coal miners get after a while?
The black lung, yeah.
So we called it the Iron Lung.
Nice. Nothing like roofing yourself by sleeping.
Yeah. This is a little nicer bus than the Iron Lung.
So how long do you have to practice before or rehearse before a tour like this? Because this is enormous.
Well, we have been, in one way or another, working on this year's tour since the beginning of last October. And that's when we first started doing all the video, building the video wall and everything that people were going to see behind us. But as a band, we've been rehearsing since the second week of January, pretty nonstop all the way until last week. I mean, our first show was in West Palm Beach, Florida, and we played there last Thursday night. And we were there from Sunday till late Wednesday night, still trying to put the pieces together.
Wow.
And so from October of last year And one way or another, we've been working on getting this right, and we're close, you know. And I think tonight, you know, this is our fourth show of the year tonight.
Wow.
And so, and I think that we've taken everything. We've learned something in the previous three that's hopefully going to make tonight really cool.
And happy birthday, by the way.
I know.
By this time that we're playing this, I was just going to say that. By this time we were going to play this on Monday here this morning. What did you get?
What did I get for my birthday?
Yeah, what'd you get?
Oh, well, you know, a lot of random stuff. You know,
Some beans for Mom.
lots of fun stuff. Yeah, well, that's more Christmas.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give Mom a break, you know, because Mom goes, what do I get? What do I get you for Christmas? She goes, anything you want, you go buy it anyway. She goes, I miss it when I could get you anything and you would just love it.
Why don't you just go, Mom, I got this bus. Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding. But I did tell her one time, it's funny you brought that up. I told her one year for Christmas, I said, look, I'm really simple. And I did have a girlfriend one time tell me that I was so simple that I was complicated. She goes, what do you want? And I don't care, you know, whatever you want to get me. And she goes, well, you know, so that's how my mom is. But, you know, she hates Christmas time because she loves Christmas time, but hates trying to buy for me for Christmas. So I told her one year, I said, I want canned green beans, because my grandmother, my mom, they all do that all summer.
Canning,
they can.
yeah.
I said, that's what I want, because I can't get that on the road. I can't get that. I don't have time to sit and do that. That's what I want for Christmas, and that's what I got.
That, and it's your mom, so you probably got some socks as well. But so Kenny,
He doesn't wear.
right? Kenny, now you're coming here through St. Paul, and you're noticing the river's way up. We were talking about the snow already, and it kind of made me remember the scenes and the images of your place in Nashville. And just where's the update on that? Are you still sleeping on this couch now on the bus because of that, or?
I don't have that place anymore. I'm living somewhere else now, and you know, and if the place where I'm living now floods, we're all in trouble because I live really high, and so, but no, it was a tough time. You know, it's almost been a year. Almost, it wasn't in May, I think it happened. So, that was, and I lived literally now, 10 feet from the edge of the river,
Wow.
and so when it flooded, and I was gone.
The images were just devastating. I mean, we saw it, and you know, our hearts were with you guys.
Yeah, it was, and you know what, and believe it or not, I mean, when people saw,
How was there thunder inside?
It's a sign of something.
but you know, believe it or not, when I was all the stuff that happened to my property and everything that was, you know, that I went through was only a fraction of what people actually were dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, and I lost a lot of stuff, but it was stuff. I didn't lose an arm or a leg.
Right.
You know, and there was a lot of people that their lives were altered by what happened, and you know, so it was a tough time.
Can we talk sports? You've got a lot of sports stuff and videos, or can I say videos? Do I have to say DVDs?
No, you can say whatever you want.
I'm old school. Videos.
I call them movies.
Yeah.
A lot going on. I mean, you were just named recently Tennessean of the Year.
Yeah, the sports
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame, based on the movie that I did for ESPN, Boys of Fall. They just, you know, they wanted to recognize that, you know, and that's something that I would never thought, a room that I'd never be in. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really know that I was going to make that film, Boys of Fall. You know, it started. You know, the old saying is, you know, it all starts with a song, especially in our format, and nothing is ever more true than the Boys of Fall song, because it started with just a guitar vocal, and then I lived with that guitar vocal, and it was one of the first songs I recorded for Hemingway's Whiskey, and I lived with that cut for a long time, and I had the luxury of time to go, okay, football meant so much to me growing up. It was a part of the fiber of how I grew up. I lived in a small town, and we all leaned on our high school team. I grew up outside of Knoxville, Tennessee, so, I mean, the whole eastern part of that state leaned on Tennessee football, and so I grew up in a community and surroundings where that was, if you had that sport in your life, it meant everything. And so
You were the celebrity in town when you actually played on the local football team.
I was. Oh yeah.
No, I mean everybody. Yeah. Oh man, it was amazing.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And so there's a lot of talent. I sat there and I went, you know what? This is a common thread throughout a lot of America. I felt like, And I had the luxury of time to try to call a bunch of my buddies that played sports, that had this game in their life, coaches, players. It just kind of took on a life of its own, and it was an obsession. It turned into an obsession, and that's what I spent the majority of my last year off doing.
Well, it was worth it, because for somebody who doesn't follow football, I really enjoyed it and learned a lot about why people are passionate about the game.
Yeah, I because it does mean a lot. It meant a lot to me, and that was just kind of my slice of what football means to me. And I quit growing when I was a freshman, and I knew that my last game as a senior, that was going to be the last time I had a pair of shoulder pads on ever. And my buddies were the same way. We were on a pretty bad football team. We had a great time, but I remember sitting there my last game, and I sat there for probably an hour in my locker room at that last game and just sat there. I didn't want to take my shoulder pads off because I knew that as a player I would never have them on ever again. And that's kind of the direction that I wanted to take the Boys of Fall, and because there's a lot of guys like me that didn't get to play college football and pro football and take it to the next level.
Well, you mentioned the fiber of that game and how much it means to so many people, and now you are a major part of that just by not only the song but also by the DVD, Hemingway's Whiskey. This album, there's such a different feel for this album than some other Kenny Chesney albums. In fact, to me, it seems like it's smack dab in the middle from Old Blue Chair to what we had been used to hearing from Kenny Chesney. I love the mood. I love the feel. What a great album.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I guess it is. It is kind of a middle of the road. Like, it's not as far as laid back and beachy as Old Blue Chair is, but it's not everything's just not like living in fast forward and being in Mexico. And I think for the first time as an artist, I felt comfortable and was able to find, I don't know if it's feeling comfortable or not, but I was able to find some songs that help balance both worlds. And I think that's where I'm, that's what I do on stage a lot. And I think that's, kind of what we've grown accustomed to trying to do. But I felt that it was the first time with Hemingway's Whiskey that I was able to actually get that on a record. And, and I had some different songs. I mean, the Somewhere With You song was such a different melody for me. And it was something that I felt like that helped push me, it helped as an artist, it helped push my fan base, but not annihilate them.
And an easy song to sing on stage, too.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
I mean, you really got, if you're fans out there when we played last week in Tampa, we played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football stadium, and that place was packed. And I heard that to hear 50,000 people sing Somewhere With You was really cool, because I even told the crowd, I said, look, I love you guys because you really got to know the words of this song to sing this song back to me.
You know, there's a little girl on YouTube. Have you seen her?
No.
She's doing karaoke to that. Yes, and she pretty much nails it.
That's incredible.
It's pretty impressive. Yeah. They're singing it better than you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably not on key though. So you got the movies, you got the music. You're back on tour. You got sunglasses now. You're like Oprah. Oh my God. When are you going to start your own TV network?
Oh, I don't know. I got my own radio station. I got my own little internet radio station. We're having fun with that.
Oh, cool.
Where I play whatever I want to. We interview everybody backstage, and we got all kinds of crazy things.
Where
on that
can we
thing.
find that?
It's just No Shoes Radio.
Okay,
that's what we
cool.
call it. NoShoesRadio.com. That's it.
What is the strangest thing someone has actually brought to you and said, we need to put Kenny Chesney's name on this product?
In the last couple of years, there's been a lot. I mean, you'd be surprised. It just kind of happened at once, Yeah. And I've just said no to everything.
The Kenny Chesney shake weight.
I mean, the only thing that I've done, and you mentioned it, is the sunglasses.
They're cool.
Costa Del Mar is a great sunglass company. It's outdoors, more of they do a lot of fishing stuff and deep sea fishing, and they're everywhere in beach towns, and so and I felt like that the marriage with our world and their world was perfect, and so we have our own signature series, Costa Del Mar, Kenny Chesney. Signature sunglasses, and that's the only thing we've done in a while, I think. But it was the only thing that made sense. Really.
What about, do you have one of those flip-flops that have like the can opener thing in the bottom? Do they work?
Oh, they're great.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a pair too, don't you?
I do, but my wife won't let me open up any bottles because she knows where I've walked and where our dog has been.
Well, you got a good point. I guess I don't even think about that stuff. I'm just thirsty.
Well, Kenny, thanks for taking the time with us, man. Always a great time to hang out.
I love you guys, and to everybody up here, thanks for still loving the music and and giving us a great life. We're really happy to be back out on tour and doing what we love.